Hi everyone. So I wanted to take a minute to talk about sometimes as decoys, we need to look into the whole picture a lot more than just the dog in front of you. And what I mean by that is we need to start looking a little more about the owner's intent with the dogs. What I mean by that is sometimes we're extremely critical of dogs and the owners just want to have fun. And we tend to be the ones that rob that joy and that pleasure out of the owners by telling them, hey, your dog doesn't have it. Your dog is not good enough. The dog is good enough for what their purposes might be. Now, don't get me wrong, I completely understand. There's dogs out there that just absolutely do not want to partake in the activity of doing bite work, but that doesn't mean that we need to crush the owner's spirits just to tell them the news that, for me, is the hardest news as a decoy that we get to deliver. We get to tell someone, hey, I don't think your dog should be doing this. They don't enjoy it. But let's look at the whole picture. Maybe this person is not looking for a man-eater to protect their family from a global threat. Maybe they're just looking for a dog to go have fun and enjoy the community of working dogs, the clubs, the training days. That's what it is about. It's about building a community, not about breaking people's joys. And we're taking the fun of dogs out of dogs. You know what I mean? It kind of bothers me sometimes as decoys. Don't take pride on being like, well, that dog is not good enough for me to work them. Take pride in being the guy that can make most dogs do the work. Even if they don't have it genetically, even if they are a little nervy and uncertain, maybe we can find a way to do it. I've seen it multiple times. A dog that I cannot get to bite and play with me, some other decoy steps in, tries something new, and it works. So try different approaches, and if you cannot get the dog to do what the owners are looking for, then maybe tell them, hey, I just don't have the skill necessary. I just don't have an approach that is working for this dog. Maybe go see somebody else that might have a better approach, but don't just simply crush their hopes and spirits. Remember, we're talking about their dogs, and to most of us, dogs are part of our families. Also, try a little harder, because remember, there's someone out there that can make that dog bite. It's just not you. And I always try to be that person that when somebody tells me, hey, my dog doesn't engage, these other people couldn't get the dog to bite, it's a challenge. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be the one that makes them bite. Okay, so let's try to be better as decoys and be more open and more inviting in the way we treat handlers and we deal with handlers, so we can make our community a better place. We're always complaining how the dog world is very cutthroat, it's very difficult. It's up to us to make it better. And now, that doesn't mean we're going to lower our standards of what we require from dogs. We're just going to be honest and open with the handlers and telling them, in my opinion, these are your dog's limitations. But if you still want to go through with it and you understand that, we can make it work in a way that the dog and you are having fun. Okay, so let's try to be a little more open and a little more inviting, and let's try to make our community better. All right, well, thank you for your time, guys.